So here we are at the beginning of another week, and it's great to be able to share with you again around the concept and the ideas of bringing your content and sharing your content with the world. And what I'm writing and speaking about today is like a coined saying in some of my training that 2/3 of your wow is ow. WOW, but 2/3 of it is OW exclamation mark. And I want to talk about the power of turning pain into profit. And, obviously within the context of the things that we're talking about when we're talking about creating online products, publications, platforms, to share your worth with the world. Now, two major forces really determine the direction that people take in life and the decisions that they make, either avoiding pain or pursuing pleasure. I think pain avoidance is the primary one because it's a survival instinct. And people will pay and invest in the things that they believe will help them to avoid pain or to attain the pleasure that they seek. And pain takes many forms. I mean, it can start at a very cosmetic level, just seeking to kind of steer away from social embarrassment, for example, to things that are more traumatic and much deeper rooted. But the more urgent and pressing, the less willing people will be to put up with that pain any longer. And once the pain of change exceeds the pain of staying the same, shift takes place. People move. Pain often precedes or precipitates change in people's lives. And, as I said, when the pain of staying the same and going round and round and round the same mountains becomes more frustrating and more kind of imminent and vital than the pain of uncertainty that we enter into when we go through seasons of change or challenge, and we challenge our status quo, things really do begin to happen. Really ask anyone with a transformative story, and I'm sure that you have a number of those of your own, from your own history, and in almost 100% of the cases, people are able to relate some kind of pivotal point that they reached where change and breakthrough became a non-negotiable. It's win or die, something had to happen. Even more so if the change is urgent. It needs to happen now, not some fuzzy day somewhere off in the future. And we can actually work these kind of hardwired pursuits of pain and pleasure to our benefit. We can actually choose to make something a non-negotiable. We can choose to decide that this has to happen now, not tomorrow. Do you mean? And we can add urgency to the desire that we have, either to eliminate some kind of painful thing in our life, or pursue some kind of pleasure or a desired outcome. But, the backstory of most breakthroughs will often tell these kind of back-to-the-wall scenarios, some kind of painful circumstance, a disaster, some painful realization or seeming failure that catapulted the person into some no-holds-barred decision to discover a solution. I mean, it's like full-on Hollywood, inwardly. It's this Hollywood-esque hero's journey is undertaken to find a solution to whatever the problem is. And then in the discovery of the solution, those people then return with the elixir, with something they can share with others to help their fellow human beings circumnavigate the painful pathways and prevent those others having to climb over the same mountains or swallow the same bitter pills before they reach their special breakthrough moment. And, it's sometimes easy to read the books or browse the magazines, watch the documentaries, look at the sales pages and see the results that others are displaying and look with envious eyes. But really, most of the time, many, many times, their pathway to wow was 2/3 ow. And we look and we see the wow without really appreciating just how deep and how trying the ow part of that may have been. And these heroes' journey backstories are so powerful. The overcomer, one who has overcome, can become a guide for others on the road. And so my question today for you is a really simple one. What is your hero's journey? What pain have you traversed and risen from as a victor? And it doesn't have to be something dramatic. Let me free you from the thought you have to have some radical tale of going into the jaws of death and wrestling things from the mouths of dragons before you have something worthy to share. And as trite as this may sound, I'll just share some of the heroic wins that I've translated into profitable products. And you'll understand what I mean. I use a software to do my writing called Scrivener, which has a painful learning curve. Although it's not actually nearly as difficult to use as it first appears or that some people make out. But the pain of learning how to use that writing software and then being able to show others how in an online course I created, led to probably $50,000 or $60,000 of profit for me. The pain of not knowing how to self-publish a book, and then discovering how to, so I can, number one, obviously publish my own books. We go on these quests really often to discover things to relieve and find an answer to our own pain before we even think about helping someone else resolve their pain. But obviously, I now make great money from self-published books and also teach others to do the same. I've come back with that from that hero's journey with whatever trophies it may be, trophies of knowledge really and experience that I can then leverage to help other people. The pain of prayerlessness and frustration in my spiritual life and my quest to know God in a deeper way has led to numerous courses and books and seminars and workshops and different ways in which I have shared that knowledge and experience with other people to help them deepen their relationship with their Maker. And then numerous other things. I do a lot of stuff online, as you know. So the pain of not knowing how to sell products online, the pain of not knowing how to build a website, creating landing pages, building email lists, etc., etc., etc. There's so many different experiences in your history that could become that are the very thing that someone else is seeking. Your solution is what someone else is seeking today. You are the answer to the prayer that someone else is praying even as you listen to this today. For others, it could be, there's so many different things. As I say, I'm a kind of writer and publisher, so a lot of my examples center around that, but it could be the pain of not knowing how to eat well, to exercise or lose weight. It could be the pain of financial illiteracy, not knowing how to stop your puppy pooping in your neighbor's garden. There are so many pain points and challenges that people face that potentially we could be the solution to, and our knowledge and our products could be the solution to. Understandably, many of these are first world problems, but nevertheless, they are still problems that people are looking to fix. And it doesn't take much to move from someone who has solved and discovered a solution for yourself and then translating and crystallizing that into products, into publications and platforms that can help someone else. You know, there are many, many products and room for many more about building a thriving marriage. You know, restoring, being restored and refreshed from a broken heart or shattered self-esteem or a broken relationship, the pain of bankruptcy, and then rising from those ashes. So many different areas where potentially you may have experience that could become the answer to someone else's prayer, and at the same time a very profitable online product or training course of some kind. You know, believe me, you have your own heroic feats that are worthy and willing to become your story. And it will often be your story that sells the solution that you bring. So don't discount the power of your ow and its ability to help you reach your wow. Well, thanks for listening. Hopefully, it's been an encouragement to you today. If you want to connect any further, you can do so through my website at davidleemartin.com. Have a great day.